Hi everybody. I just thought I'd kind of tune in. Winter's here and I thought maybe I would just do a little segment on winter clipping. Actually, I'm videotaping this a week before Thanksgiving and it's just gorgeous out. It's almost 60. I don't remember it being so nice for all the month of November. It's just been really beautiful. But we all know the people who live in the state of Minnesota, cold will be here. And so even though I'm taping this before it gets cold, we know it's going to get cold. And so in that, yes, we do. In fact, this is Billy the Kid, my stallion, and I bought him as a 3-year-old. And he's 8 years old now, and I just love this boy. He is so sweet. He's given me about 5 babies now, and they all are nice and calm and wonderful little babies. But one thing when I bought Billy, and I came into the miniature world, I didn't realize they were so fuzzy. I mean, he was, very fuzzy when I even bought him. But as the more the fur come on, his whole head, he looked like a big buffalo. You could hardly even see his eyes. And I would say to him, I go, "Where did my Billy go?" And he'd look at me and he'd say, "Here I am, here I am." And I thought, well, I really want to see my Billy. And of course, this spring I clipped that all off and then I got to see my little Billy again. But so I do some winter clipping around the face. I don't clip the body, of course. I have an old barn and it's not heated or anything. And I think it's important that they keep their God-given coats on them for the winter because it is a protection for them. But I do clip a little bit on his face, which I have now, and you can see he still has quite a bit, but he'd really be full if I didn't even do this. And the clipping helps, to put your halters on so they stay on better and they're not quite so tight around their face, give them more comfort. And also if you're going to drive or sleigh driving in the wintertime, it helps put your harness bridles on. And I do some practice, in my practice room, for driving, just ground driving and just keeping them tuned up. So that helps keep, so their equipment isn't tight on them. And the way I do it is very simple. I just kind of do the head. I use Andy's clipper, and it's a size 10. And how I clip to just do what I call winter clipping is I just clip underneath the jaw, get all that fuzz out because there's a lot there. And I clip all that underneath there, and then I turn my clippers over and I start doing even the sides of the jaw and run right underneath the jaw. I clip underneath there too, so it makes it smooth when I'm putting on my halters or my bridles. And I'll even run through the eye so that I can see his eyes, because honestly, he gets so fuzzy you hardly even see his eyes. I mean, he just gets lots and lots of fur. I don't touch the ears too much. I like to make sure they're nice and warm. I do kind of run through the side of it here. Come here. And come on over here. Come over here. And I do clip his bridle path. It's kind of nice to keep that up so you don't have all that to do in the spring because it gets pretty thick. And Billy's bridle path is pretty long. When you show them, the judges like to see the neck, so they kind of like that bridle path a little bit longer than I like to see them. But I am starting to grow it back because I only do 2 shows a year. It's not, I just use it actually for practice and keep them in that kind of atmosphere so that they can be a part of that atmosphere, emotions, to see how well they behave. And so if you want to grow out your manes and want to make them longer, this is the time to do it. And the other thing is, if you don't know how to clip, this is the time to clip, because even if you do some clipping, and you make some mistakes, who cares? It's all going to grow back and it's going to be just great. So I guess that's about it. Also, I get all this hair off around here too, and and then I want to keep the body nice and warm. I just love the way they feel. Yes, he just loves the way. He is such a nice boy. So anyway, that's just a filler for this winter. It's kind of boring, you know, when it gets to be so cold out, and isn't it? Yes. So, well, that's it, I guess. I'll see you next time. Bye.